thank you for joining us again here on Graps TV and the Sicko Show. I'm your host, the Matty Man, and welcome to your Friday Night SmackDown review. It's going to be very abbreviated. It's just going to be the facts, and that's it because, I don't really want to do an awful lot right now because I want to get ready for Bash in Berlin, but unfortunately, these guys are not going to let me rest just like that. So let's get into it here real quick. We had three dark matches here. See, we get reports of stuff when it's pre-taped like this. So we get reports of stuff. So we had three dark matches here. The Street Profits defeated A-Town Down under by pinfall. Damian Priest defeated Dominic Mysterio, and Gunther retained the World Heavyweight Championship over Ilya Dragunov. Now, see, there we go again when I was telling you about the difference between AEW and WWE. A lot of times they're going to use these house shows, the house show aspect and the dark match aspect of it, to go ahead and try a match out to see how it's going to work out with the people there because you got a live crowd that hadn't seen it so far. And of course, you got Gunther there and you got Ilya Dragunov. So why not give it a shot? People have been clamoring for that. They've been clamoring for it. So just so you know, that match actually did happen tonight in Berlin. We don't have results on things, but we're trying. We're trying. Michael Cole and Wade Barrett were the commentators for the matches tonight. And we kicked off with the United States champion LA Knight, who came out in the ring for a promo. Knight issued his open challenge, and it was answered immediately by Ludwig Kaiser. Kaiser spoke in German and put over his home country. Kaiser vowed to turn the United States Championship into the European Championship. Oh my God. Yeah, all right. We've already done that, guys. Okay, this is a very, very cheap knockoff of MJF and his little thing right there, just in reverse. LA Knight calls Kaiser stooge, etc., etc. Long story short on this one, LA Knight defeats Ludwig Kaiser. The other side of this thing to be noted on is that Ludwig Kaiser was over like Rover. So, he was getting the cheers. LA Knight was actually getting some boos and so on and so forth. But yeah, he wins with the BFT. Crowd was heavily, heavily behind Ludwig. And then we had a Randy Orton versus Gunther video package. After that, we had Los Garza, Angel, and Berto of Legado del Fantasma. Goodness gracious. Going up against Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews. I am. Many, many times ago, I used to say I had a whole lot of hopes for Apollo Crews, but I'm just guessing at this point now that he's doing enhancement work with Baron Corbin. I had some hopes for Baron Corbin, but at this point in time now, I don't think we're going to get that many more wins out of it. Yeah, Los Garza double team Cruz, and they scored the win. Then there was a video package, video promo from Solo Sikoslaw to hype up the Bloodline versus DIY and the Street Profits on next week's SmackDown. Sikoslaw gloated about what they did to Roman Reigns and said he was coming after the winner of the Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens fight at Bash in Berlin tomorrow, airing at a special time, etc., etc. We're going to be covering that as well. Then we had the SmackDown general manager, Boring Aldis. He showed highlights from WWE's European tour leading up to Bash in Berlin. Aldis then brought WWE Universal Champion Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens to the ring. Owens asked if Cody wanted to talk about hurting his knee during the European tour, and Cody responded by saying his knee was fine. Cody asked Owens if they'd considered hitting him with the title on last week's show. Owens said, he didn't need to take a cheap shot, etc. Cody asked if we're going to be friends. And Owens threw down the mic, whispered something in Cody's ear, and stormed out the ring. Backstage, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory confronted Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews. Waller's comments led to things getting heated between him and Theory. Theory felt that things were falling apart between them, but Waller was able to calm them down. Carmelo and Andrade started up their feud again for no absolute reason at all, with no storyline. And no, this is not about who is the best wrestler. This is a race to the bottom, ladies and gentlemen. But Carmelo Bow Wow defeated Andrade, and yeah, that was it. He defeated Andrade. The series now, for what it's worth, is tied up at 2-2. Uh, but, he hit him with the nothing but net finisher, blah blah blah, etc. 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 And that's about as deep as I'm going to get in on that one right there. Yeah, this one I'm not feeling it, and I'm probably not going to be feeling it for quite a while. And I don't think there's anything they can do to make me feel it. So we are where we are, and so on and so forth. And then we had our main event here. Nia Jax goes up against Mia Yim. I refuse to call her mention. To retain her woman's title, Mention tried to introduce the table. Nia slid it back under the ring. This was a whole lot of back and forth and a gotcha, not really. But yeah, eventually Bayley ran down to avoid it to even up the odds. Tiffany Stratton ran down. I was getting a little bit ahead of myself there. Tiffany Stratton ran down, money in the briefcase thing. And then Bayley, of all people, shows up to help Mention at the end of the match. But it is of no use because Mention goes straight through the table, then gets hit with the Annihilator, and that is the end of your SmackDown. Of course, we did cover the dark matches ahead of time. I'm still, at this point in time, I'm at -9 with no moment for this one for me tonight. But like I said, it was just a short review. If this is a go home show, it can go home. But that's neither here nor there. Looking forward to Bash in Berlin tomorrow. Maybe I'll be shocked. Maybe I won't. Bash in Berlin, the only matches I really care about on that one, I see the Terra Twins going over, and that's honest to God, that's the only dog in the fight that I've got so far. I just can't get behind it tonight, but I'm going to watch it. I'm going to give it an honest review. But for right now, I would like to thank you for joining us on Graps TV and the Sicko Show. At least this was your abbreviated Friday Night SmackDown. And if you have any questions, don't forget to hit us up on the line. Leave us some comments, at least reasonable comments. Some of these are getting stupid, guys, so let's just stop it. And, above and beyond that, try to love somebody today. We got a holiday weekend coming up for us in the States. I don't know what you guys do, but we're having Memorial Day. And, it's one of those weekends where we get time off to reflect and so on and so forth. And that's what I'm going to be doing a lot of this weekend. And you know what? If you have an opportunity, thank somebody. Even if it's not thank them for their service, my dad passed away a couple of years ago. Well, actually, a lot longer now, almost 10 years. And, I thank him every day because he did his part to keep me free. He's passed, and, so I'll be celebrating him this weekend. Anyway, I would like to hope y'all have a great weekend. I'm going to be back Saturday night for the Collision, Bash in Berlin, and Capital Collision review with your Rampage review. But this has been your shortened version of your SmackDown review. I am your host, the Matty Man. And good night, America, wherever you are.